Welcome to MEADS by Anguilla. I'm going over a quick stretching routine to help you open up those hips and ankles, which is great for beach running. First, we're going to start off here with the hip swivel. We're going to bring the knees down to the mat, keeping the torso facing forward for rotation both ways. You have internal rotation and external rotation. This is great for opening up the hips. It's a great warm-up exercise. So what you're going to do here is continue to rock the hips back and forth to try to get the knees to touch the ground. We're going to go through and do about 10 here. Just follow my lead along. And again, try to keep that torso up, keep those shoulders open, and continue to deep with deep breaths through the nose. Few more here. Again, we're just opening up the hips in both directions. You want to keep those feet in the same position on the floor. Some of you may not be able to get the knees on the ground. It's nothing to shoot for. Now we're going to get quickly into Tailor's Pose, into the position that we're mostly used to in this pose, kind of getting the feet as close to the butt as possible. I'm going to switch angles for you here. Again, the Tailor Pose. This is the one where we did in drills when we were younger, maybe pushing those knees down to the ground. So what I want you to do is get those arms back and open up those shoulders and that chest. And we're going to take some deep breaths in and then out. We do about 5. Breathing in through the nose, squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back, as well as pressing down on the knees during this whole stretch, really opening up those hip flexors and hips. A few more deep breaths, squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back. And then what we're going to do, as you can see me here, is we're going to hover about a centimeter off the ground, and we're going to push our butt all the way into our feet and then all the way back. We do about 5 reps of this. If it's a little tight, really hold it, open it up in the front, and then slowly back. Few more here. Remember not to forget to breathe. I'm a big fan of nose breathing. Alright, as we turn around here for you, still one last little stretch in Tailor Pose. Deep breath. Drive those knees into the ground. What we're going to do here is a few more hip swivels. Loosen up those hips. So this is very similar. Get us ready for the 90-90 position that we'll be doing. So from this position you can see how I'm moving into the well-known 90-degree position. You want your front leg at a 90-degree angle and your back leg at a 90-degree angle, and then if you can, I want you to get your chest and drive your chest over that knee. Try not to arch your back too much. I'm quite flexible, so I can really get into this stretch and really try to drive that chest down into your knee while not forgetting to breathe. After a few seconds here, I'm going to slowly walk up back to my hands, and I'm going to try to drive that chest over that foot. You're definitely not going to be able to, get as close to this, but you should really feel this in the glute. This is a great stretch, especially in the morning. So after this one, I'm going to walk back around, drop back into the other 90-degree. And again, you don't have to get all the way down on your forearms like so. Just do the best you can. Try to keep that back straight as well as you drive that chest deep into that knee. We're going to walk ourselves back up, and then same thing. On the other side, I did not hold the foot. On this side, I chose to hold the foot. It's up to you. Again, if you can't get this stretch, you can always put a fitness block under your butt to help you. As we come back up to center, we're going to bring our left leg over our knee. We're going to keep that butt in the air and try to drive it into the heels. I'm switching the angle for you better. So again, really try to get that butt really stretch out. Continue to breathe while you're driving that butt into that heel and that chest into that knee while we go out and back 5 times here. Really get a good push. Coming back in. Back out. A few more here. Other side now. Again, don't forget to breathe through the nose. Really stretch that glute out. Try to go deeper every time you move in. Again, we're hovering about 1 centimeter off the ground. Getting that chest into that knee and that butt into that heel. A little Tailor Pose. I like to hop in sometimes just in between stretches. Gonna bring it back out, do a couple hip swivels. Try to do these as well in between stretches just to neutralize what's going on. I like to do it, I just feel like I'm back in equilibrium after a couple hip swivels. You'll see your progress with those. Again, a nice little back stretch because the beach can tend to hurt your lower back because you have to sometimes you're hunched over, you're running on different angles, so it's always good to stretch the lower back. So make sure you're really squeezing the glutes up in this tabletop, one of my favorite stretches, believe it or not. And you can repeat this as many times as you like for this little 10-minute routine. I do it about 5 times. Then back to a little bit of equilibrium here. From here, we're going to try to get right up into our squat. This is what I want your squat to ultimately look like. You want those ankles flat on the ground. Some people like that, their ankles come up, and you may need to balance yourself with your hands, but ultimately this is how you should eventually be able to squat if you work on your mobility, especially these hip and ankle routines. This is really where you want to be. So what we're going to do from this position, we're going to sit nice in a deep squat. And as you can see, I'm pushing on my calf, putting all of my weight. I'm rocking left, and then I'm rocking right with my heels on the ground. If you don't have your heels on the ground, just really focus on stretching out those calves to try to make sure your heels are on the ground. A good test to do is put your hand down in front of a wall and put your foot as far out as your hand and try to touch that knee to the wall without bringing your ankle up, and that's always a good test. For our last final stretch here to start the day, we're going to just do a Pike hamstring stretch here. So you're really just holding your toes, fully extending your legs while really trying to keep your chest all the way in tight against your legs and your knees. Continue to breathe through your nose. I'm doing about 10 of these. If you want to continue longer, go ahead. I really like to hold these, and you'll find yourself getting better just over a week with doing these. This is a great little routine I like to do after my beach run, sometimes before, and here mostly what you do is beach running. So if you're coming to Anguilla, be sure to do a little opening of the ankles and the hips before you get out there and run the beach. I hope to see you guys here soon. If you see me on the beach running, feel free to say hello. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy this routine. Leave any questions or comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like, comment.